Ladies and gentlemen, it's Xzavier Antonio, and you are tuned in to another In Conversation podcast. And I'm here in the studio today with the amazing, phenomenal, many of you might know who she is and recognize her, Trish Malone, ladies and gentlemen. This lady is all on Billboards, all out in Miami. She's done all these runway shows and been a major support like in our community. We even go way back to maybe about 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
You was coming out to the poetry nights. But even before that, right, you were going to Spitfire Shine.
Yeah, Spitfire set, yeah.
And so that was over there at Jean's Supper Club, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So you done been on the scene for a while.
Long time. March made 6 years that I've been doing modeling. Yeah, it's been a fun ride. Like I said, it started out as a roller coaster, but I've been enjoying the ride now and then hit the top, and I'm loving it up here.
Oh, you definitely at the top. And if y'all don't know why, you're about to find out in just a minute. But when you go back to just like modeling, it started out as a dream. It started out something that you always wanted to do. Or you just
it was a childhood dream that I wanted to do. Just knowing how the industry was set up when I was younger, it wasn't anything that I felt was feasible at the time. Because I was short. The industry height didn't take 5'2" models.
Things have definitely changed a whole lot, though.
Yeah, changed. So when it came into the change, I said, "Ooh, there's an avenue to get in there." So, I took a stab at it. Like I said, 2017 is when I started, and it's been taking off since.
Well, I have a lot of friends who either model or they're stylists or they're involved in the fashion realm. It's not really my realm like that. And so but I do pick up on things here and there. So maybe when you look at now, almost anybody can be a model, right? You gotta find what your niche is or where your spot is. Yeah. But back in the day, there was all these requisites, and like you said, it was a thing that you felt like wasn't even feasible until maybe you started to see some of those changes happen. And so, what are like some things like about modeling that you thought made it not feasible for you? You mentioned the short thing. Was there anything else?
First and foremost, back in my day, black models weren't really seen. That's first and foremost. Then again, being short. But then you had to think about the cities that you're in. We were in Milwaukee. I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Most of the big cities were like New York, LA was really the most featured cities for where models would go to get a life, just like with any other type of artist, they went where the art was. So I didn't see myself packing up and going to New York or anything like that right away. So
well, look at you now. You're all in Miami, on Billboards. Like representing plus, is that right? Plus size models?
Yes. So the Miami thing happened a couple weeks ago. I was representing the plus size community model. So it's for Mish Dollhouse. And what Mish Dollhouse is, it's a format that was started by this young lady named Tamisha Sexton out of Miami, Florida. Her goal was to promote the plus size community, build up confidence in plus size women, with herself being a plus size. At the time, she was a plus size model, but didn't do, as she said, like a lot of modeling, but she was doing it.
So here's the thing about that, because I know a little bit that this is actually your second year just being involved in that.
In that part, yes.
So the first year, you actually didn't get in, right? So she has this whole movement, and then like the top. Yeah. Is it the top 10 makes the Billboard?
It's different. So how it goes is every year in January she does a model search. So last year I entered the model search and I made the top 30. So it starts with 100 submissions. Then it goes to top 30. So I made the top 30, and the Billboard last year she was only selecting 14 out of the 30. So I didn't make the top 14.
Well,
but what I did do.
Well, first of all, it sucks to be the 70 that didn't the 70 that you beat.
Right?
So that's an accomplishment in
sucks
itself.
To be them.
Right? So anyway, continue. My bad.
Okay. And so being in the 30, it was hard waiting to find out who the top 14 was. There was a whole process with that. So we had to wait 2 weeks to find out who the top 14 was. And so even in that selection process, she would only put out a picture like every 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm sitting there waiting, and my picture never popped up. Picture never popped up. And I thought I would feel some type of way, but I didn't. I just knew it was something that I didn't do that didn't get me selected. But
you still went
yes.
to go support somebody. So
what happened was one of my other model sisters that I work with out of Houston, Texas, she made the Billboard.
Right.
So it's just in me to be supportive, as you know. So I went to support her. And being in the entire process of the environment of doing the selection, doing the top 30, going to Miami with them, meeting Mish in person, and seeing her drive and passion for what she does with those group of ladies made me go one step further. So by the time that I made selections this year, I knew I was going to be on the Billboard because I knew what I needed to do. I needed to be, as she say, transparent and accountable. So that's one of the things that she taught us, to be accountable. So,
so I mean, all I see is wins. You know what I'm saying? Like going down there, you know what I'm saying? Being at least selected in the top 30 out of 100 or so people. So that's a win in itself. Then, you know, learning that you didn't make that selection. Right. We have a friend named Chad Roper, and he was in an interview and he said, because he always put himself in a position, or he always took on the mindset of not caring about losing.
Right.
And so he said, because I didn't care about losing, I always ended up in a position to win. You know what I'm saying? So here it is, you lost, but then you still like, man, it's still a great movement. My sister is doing it. I'm still going to support. Yeah. And now you come back around the next year, make selections out of however many people it was to be in the top 10 on the Billboard. Yes. Not everybody driving down this particular, and then there's 2 billboards.
There was 2 billboards on that same strip, so they'll see me, and then 5 minutes later see me again.
You know what I'm saying? So
that part.
That's what's up. Visibility is what's up, and the fact that you did let last year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I can understand how Roper was talking, because I was that person that I couldn't. It was hard for me earlier in life to take losses. I just felt like I deserved to have it, but you get to a point in life that you gotta realize that some things that you're not to the potential to receive it, so you gotta figure out what it is about you that has to change. And modeling did that for me, because so many no's were in my face when I started. So to get to where I am now, I took a lot of losses.
I used to be like a salesman, like you know, I done sold Kirby vacuums, and technically, in respect to Kirby, you know, they're not vacuums, they're machines.
Yes, I've seen one.
And I used to do all these little demonstrations and stuff. I've also been a political and community organizer, from registering people to vote to. I feel like Barack Obama won, you know what I'm saying, and became president because I bust my ass.
Everybody
you know
went door to door that day.
Like out there, register people to vote, doing the surveys, trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, which way they was going. And so there were some times people just, you know what I'm saying, said no. They didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, like be a part or even answer the door for me or whatever. But one thing I could say is like I've never had a door like shut on me, like in my face. I'd always turn my back on my face.
So you didn't feel the effects. You didn't really feel the effects.
That's a joke that I actually learned at the Kirby machine business. We was watching a video and somebody said that on the video. I would give him his credit, but I don't know who it was. It was so long ago. But yeah, man, like, so even though you was told no, we can't let no stop us. Eventually we'll get that yes. So I definitely want to commend you on that. Now, I had a question.
Okay.
For Mish House and the whole Billboard movement, this is a model search for plus size women. So no offense, but of all the things you could qualify for, I feel like you're disqualified for this.
Most people do. So the reason why I fit plus size category is because I am a size 12. Okay. Well, when I started modeling, I was a size 14. So industry wise, the average size is 0 to 10. So when you start going 12 and up, then that's categorized as plus size. So I've always been between 12 and 14. I stayed at 14 for the longest time. So I too even said that about myself, like, why am I plus size? So it's not necessarily plus size. It's considered plus size or curvy, because they do have some women that's not actually plus size as far as the width and height. They got the curves, they got the hips and everything. So it's really a plus size curvy category. That's kind of where I fall. So I'm more of the curvy end than the plus size.
So it's just basically according to
yes,
industry standards.
Yes, it's industry standards.
Among the modeling and coming to poetry nights and all of that, and traveling to Miami and getting on billboards, you also have been like helping like other businesses succeed for years doing administrative things. But now you've made this decision and choice because kids are grown and all that other stuff to get out here and actually create your own solid business.
Yes. I recently established Exquisite Divas. So it's under me, but it's teamed up with Christine Watson.
Shout out to Christine.
Christine, that's my business partner, as well as my other business partner, co-partner, Marlo Shaw. She's our communications director for the company. So me and Christine pretty much do all the hands-on stuff. We fill Marlo in, look what's going on, because her primary job, she works as a flight stewardess. So she's not always in town. She helps with the communication, marketing, all that type of stuff. Yep. So if you go to our Facebook page, Exquisite Divas Facebook page, the video that's playing for our model call that's coming up this weekend, Marlo did that.
Awesome. Yeah, I've seen that. It's pretty nice. And then you guys have a fashion show coming up August 20th?
Yes, August 20th is our fashion show. It's going to be at the Renaissance Milwaukee West Hotel in Wauwatosa.
And it's going to be this whole, but the show starts around 6:30, but there's going to be a whole VIP experience that starts now because I'm doing PR.
So the VIP experience is going to start at, I believe I said 4, so 4 o'clock to, I believe 4 to 6 is going to be the VIP experience. So the VIPs they get to come in, have a meal, sit and chit chat, and they get first access to the vendors. Today we actually started a sale, so you will get the general admission tickets for $15, VIPs for $30. That sale goes until June 30th.
So ladies and gentlemen, Trish Malone and Christine Watson is a part of this Exquisite Divas. They'll be tagged, so you can definitely make sure that you go tap into their pages, go look for the Diamond in the Rough, the fashion event on ticketleap.com, as she said. But then also look for them on social media so you get all of the information and all of the inside opportunities. Become a VIP, whatever you do. Make sure you support these ladies. These are really real gems in our community with so much wisdom and so many stories to give, and so much kindness and love is in their heart as well. So please make sure y'all tap in. Again, thank you so much for tuning in to In Conversation Podcast with Xzavier Antonio, in conversation with Trish Malone.